Well, Darren, first game back, not a bad outing.
No, we knew it would be quite competitive. We knew we'd get. That's why we organised a tough game against Barnet. It proved that way. Normal first pre-season game. Some good bits, some bits we've obviously got to work on. Usual stuff.
Looked to me like you were definitely trying to play more of a passing game and get the ball out wide, especially in the second half.
Yeah, we set up a formation that we've been working on for the last week or so, and a bit more width to our game. I felt the second half we had a little bit more energy about us, and we looked more of a threat going forward. There's no doubt about that. But no, some good bits and some bits obviously we've got to continue working on.
How do you think the new boys stood today? Because it was pretty hot out there, but they seem to be running around quite happily.
Well, the two new boys I felt did very well. I thought Erhan looked a threat in the first half. Possibly just didn't get him enough of the ball higher up the pitch, and Tails is they're both going to be good signings for us. He's got great energy, the boy, and that was a main difference in the second half, really.
Jack Payne, first 30 minutes, was that always the plan?
Well, we had the numbers wise, we had one extra, so I had to work out a way of getting 3 players 30 minutes, and that was the best one. Jack's come in a little bit earlier than the rest. He's really fit at the moment. So I just thought I'd give him half an hour, Tom half an hour, and Ricardo half an hour. Worked out quite well.
And Britt came off right near the end there. You didn't replace him. I'm guessing that was a little bit of practice as well, 10 men and all that heat to it.
Well, I hope we don't have as many signing offs as we had last season, but Tom was left now, so we shouldn't be too bad. No, there's no risk going to be taken, especially in the last minute. He's just gone over his ankle, but it's come back to him a little bit, so he'll be okay. And that was the reason.
It's a good job that the new boy isn't wearing Tomo's old number 10 jersey, because you get 3 of him in it.
Yeah, nah. He's got. I think everyone that came in the game and watched sees he's got good talent. He beats people comfortably because he's got that low gravity to the ground. He tired towards the end of the half, but we expect that from where he's come from. He's only been training 1 day a week, but he's different to what we've got. That's the main thing. Tails is different to what we've got. I thought them two did very well for their debuts.
And nice to see there's an understanding between Britt and Connor Washington up front.
Well, I think it's key. I think it's the one thing we didn't have last season enough of is partnerships. Right through the middle of the team, centre halves, centre midfield, strikers. And I'm not saying it's going to be those two, but I thought they've looked really sharp since they've come back in pre-season. The threat they give makes so much more room for other players because they want to run forward all the time. They want to penetrate in behind, and I think the second half we had a lot more of that, which I was pleased about.
A little word about Adam Drury, because he looked decent at right back.
I thought he did well. I thought he was got his man well. He's got decent enough pace. Technically, as you'd expect coming from Man City, always going to be good enough in that aspect. So we'll continue taking a look at him. We've got him to the end of the month. We'll take him to Portugal. He'll play in harder games than today, no disrespect to Barnet, but obviously Wolves and Brighton will see a real test of him then.
Any more faces likely to come in before you go to Portugal or even while you're out there?
I don't know is the answer to that. Possibly. Perhaps not before Portugal, I don't think now. I think that's cutting it a bit fine. But when we get to Portugal, we may do 1 or 2 deals when we're out there.
What, if anything, do you think you need to get your squad to the finished article?
I think we need 2 more players. I'm not going to say what positions, but I think, of course, I can't continue getting players in until late. Well, I can because the chairman will support me in that. But it's a numbers game. I've got too many numbers as it is. So if I keep adding, I've got to get out. There's 3 or 4 that need to get out really. And
they were playing today, so there were 1 or 2 scouts and whatnot up in the stand here.
Well, we'll just see what happens, and obviously we've got the 60% thing, so that comes into it massively, and I've got to be careful with that. So we'll see what happens. Normally things maybe develop a little bit closer to August. We tend to do our business quite early, which we have again this season. But I think the chairman and I, even today, were speaking about it. If we get 1 or 2, then I think that'll be us. But then obviously we'd have to concentrate and get some out.
So all in all, pleasing start and not too much damage.
No injuries. 3 things. No injuries. Have they picked up on the stuff we've done in training? and the fitness elements, and there was some, you know, that there's definitely no injuries. We'll find out when we get the download of the GPS in terms of how far they've run and all the rest on Monday, and they've picked up some of the stuff quite well we've worked on. Some we have to improve on.